Everyone, today we get Jesus' first parable. While teaching them, he said, "Listen to this. A farmer went out to scatter seed. As he was scattering seed, some fell on the path, and birds came and ate it. Other seed fell on rocky ground where the soil was shallow. They sprouted up immediately because the soil wasn't deep, but when the sun came up, it scorched the plants, and they dried up because they had no roots. Other seed fell among thorny plants. The thorny plants grew and choked the seeds, and they produced nothing. Other seed, though, fell on good soil and bore fruit. Upon growing and increasing, the seed produced, in one case, a yield of 30 to 1, in another case, a yield of 60 to 1, and in another case, a yield of 100 to 1. And he said, if anyone has ears to hear, let them listen." Well, that was a nice story, right? If you don't read the explanation later, which the disciples clearly asked for and needed, it just sounds like it's a little story about a strange farmer who's a little bit wasteful with his seed. Again, do you have ears to actually hear what Jesus is talking about? Now, you're probably familiar with this story, though, and we know that these soils represent different responses to Jesus' message. You can ignore it, you can accept it shallowly, you can let life choke it out, or you can accept it in a way that it increases abundantly in your life. And so often we ask, well, which soil am I? Which soil are you? And obviously we would say the fourth one, because right now I'm watching a video about Jesus and about his parables, so obviously it's grown in me. I think a better question is not which soil am I, but which soil am I today? Right? What's choking out the life that God is offering right now? What fruit is my soil producing in this moment? Right? It's not a one-time thing, it's continual. And I think that's important to recognize because we even know that soil with care can be improved, or it can lose its effectiveness for growing things. And so in the same way, we can be more or less receptive to what Christ is speaking into our life, what Christ is doing in us at every moment. And so these parables, they always challenge us. They don't encourage us to feel better about ourselves, but to always see how we can grow. And they also challenge us and try and show us what God is actually like in ways that maybe question our assumptions. If God is like this farmer, then God is ridiculously generous. If I were this farmer, well, just go find the good soil and put all of your seed there and maximize your growth. Right? He's very inefficient, which should maybe tell us that efficiency is not God's main concern. Some of God's seeds may not take root. Some of our words, some of the good things we try and do, they may fall on deaf ears. But the good news is that when things actually grow, the good that can be produced is so much more than what we can expect.